Today is September 5th. The Yankees are losers. They've lost 2 games to the Baltimore Orioles. They've lost 6 of their last 8. That's quick math, and we're going to talk all about it. Coming to you live from the Jersey Shore.
Talking Yanks with old JOMBOY.
Wow. Executive
Smart.
decision by BBD. Go no music. Great decision by him. I hadn't thought of it. My name's Jimmy. His name's Jake. This is Talkin' Yanks, brought to you by DraftKings. BBD in the corner. BBD, do you have your face on screen?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Noodle the Doodle Dog. I can see him in my view, and I can see my mother and my wife. We had a little JOMBOY Media Labor Day hangout here, Jersey Shore. Watch the game together. The rest of the crew's downstairs playing some Codename while we sit up here and talk about the fun Yankees games we got to watch this weekend. Jake, how are you doing?
James, Big Baby David, Noodle, your mother and your wife, everyone in the basement, everyone watching live. Zach just showed up. That kind of threw me off my whole game. Hope everyone's having a good Labor Day weekend. I'll start there. You know I'm a man of the people.
That's nice of you.
Man. Sucks. Sucks stupid. Sucks stupid.
Your old nickname.
But they were saying that in a nice way.
Yes.
When we were in the Bay Area. And I used to give good. Man, I mean, this just isn't supposed to happen. Doesn't happen. The stat that I'm sticking to the most is that this is the second series the Orioles have won against an AL East opponent. Red Sox, Blue Jays, Rays. Who am I missing? The Yankees. That's the team we talk about on here.
Yeah. That's pretty brutal.
They've only won 2 series. That includes this one. So they had 1 coming into today. They won 2 series. And yeah, man, I mean, we're back in Yankees quotes, kind of walking over different statements and sentiments. You know, how many times this weekend I've thought about the phrase play your best players is really concerning, and I hate it. And so this sucks, and that's fine. Because that's, you know, in your head, that's baseball. Mm-hmm. Like, even in the best Yankee season, there's going to be 6 times we jump in front of a microphone and we're like, that sucked. I guess, dude, where I'm kind of daunted right now, like the Blue Jays are coming in.
Yeah.
And they're like fully operational right now. And they're trying to chase us down. Our bullpen's worked. And this is the start of the 20-game stretch. Like, the Orioles was supposed to be our, catch our breath and get ready. And now it's like, holy Toledo.
So the Baltimore beat us in a series previously this season?
I think the Orioles won their first series of the year, and then they've lost every AL East series since.
That's not what I'm seeing.
That's not what you're seeing?
I'm seeing this as the first time the Orioles have beat the Yankees in a series.
Right. I'm saying AL East.
So who was the other AL East team they beat?
I'd have to look at the Orioles schedule.
Oh, okay. I thought... Sorry.
This is only their second series win against any AL East.
That's why I was saying all the other AL East teams.
I thought they hadn't beat any of those teams in a series at all, and they had 2 in the AL East, and both were the Yankees, and I was like, holy shit, that's awful.
I believe they swept the Red Sox their first series of the year.
Hell yeah.
But, first series of the year.
Take that, Sox.
That Sox.
Yeah, we're back exactly where we were before the winning streak, and it's almost like that winning streak. We thought that winning streak was going to make the Yankees admit where they're wrong. They played their best players that they had available to them at the time.
They ran.
They stole a lot of bases. They made pitching changes with urgency. They did not follow pre-planned scripts. If they needed this guy, they used this guy while staying to their rules in the bullpen. They had a lot of gutsy at-bats. They had good starting pitching. They weathered the storm. And, balance and speed and hits. And not following a script. So we all thought, well, hell yeah, This 13-game win streak is going to open up their eyes. And what it did in actuality was it made the Yankees double down on their thought process, say, like, see, these will just come when they come.
Yeah.
And we'll just still stick to our game. So they did to the Orioles today, this weekend, what they did to Detroit back in July or whatever that was. And they went with just a bad, or like just like a B. They went with a B lineup in game 2 after losing game 1.
Yeah.
Right?
Or
no,
they won
game 1. After barely
in extras.
After barely winning game 1, they go with
innings.
a B lineup in game 2. And then in game 3, they throw how did Carmine Laguzio phrase it?
I believe he said something along the lines of they're using a broken starter as essentially a high leverage reliever.
Yes.
Which that can't be in the form. I mean, today's pitching path to not victory, Kluber for 3.2, which should be a conversation, but kind of isn't. Joely, Albert Abreu, Hain Dog, Wandy on his 3rd day, so he only threw 6 pitches, and then Chad Green. And, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's not a good recipe.
No, but that's the more frustrating thing is that they just went back to it. Like, they valued not losing Heaney over playing the best player to win the game at hand.
Right.
So they're fully back to pre-planned shit. They stopped stealing bases. And they went back to, like, they hit in this series in game 3. They put up 7 runs.
Gary did.
Yeah. But
That's kind of it.
But yeah, it's pretty infuriating to take the Orioles so lightly when wins against them mean a ton.
And I mean, just a quick game.
Wins against the Orioles mean the same as wins against Toronto. But that's not how the Yankees front office sees it. They're going to put better lineups against Toronto and better pitching, and they're going to they're not going to pitch Heaney in the 7th inning against Toronto. But Toronto's behind us in the standings, so if we beat them, it's just a win. Same with Baltimore. Like, the win means the same. Now, wins against the Red Sox and Oakland when we played them, those mean more.
Right.
Rays, if you're a crazy delusional person, they mean more. Really, just the wins against the Red Sox mean more right now because you need home field advantage terribly. But every other team, it's the same. So if a win against the Orioles means the same as a win against the Blue Jays, then guarantee the win against the Orioles.
Yeah.
and then fight for the win against the Blue Jays. It's so stupid how they do this.
This almost no baseball teams are built for stealing wins because it's a sport where any team can win on a given day. We haven't said you're going to win 60 games, you're going to lose 60 games, and the rest of them, that's where good teams and bad teams figure themselves out. So if you just try to steal wins, it doesn't work. And, man, Jim, I got a quick game.
Okay.
I think I want to start off with.
Yes.
And this is probably going to be a tough episode for Andrew Heaney. And it's not an attack on him as a person, but his pitching performance has been bad. Mm-hmm. And, hey, Carmine said, the guy's been a starting pitcher his whole career, and he's clearly in a little bit of a funk. So to just throw him in the bullpen and think that's a solution isn't.
Mm-hmm.
So let's play Who Would You Rather Had in the game over Andrew Heaney today.
For those sitting at home listening, maybe you're on the car, Carmine Laguzio is this short Italian beefcake with kind of a dumb brain.
Okay.
But real good logic.
Would you rather see Luis Heel over Andrew Heaney?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got a couple borderline ones. Clark Schmidt?
Yeah. But, I mean...
like, out of the bullpen, I think yes. I'd rather Clark come in, drop 5
I have no idea what he's
hammerkers.
doing in minors.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say no. Might be the same thing.
Steven Ridings.
Yeah, but is he pitching again?
I think so. We'll double-check that. Adam Warren.
Yeah.
In the org. I mean, hell, like Tyler Lyons is at triple. I mean, there's just so many options.
Tyler Lyons? Yeah, no, I mean, listen, Andrew Heaney is great. Can I start over there? Can I start
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Andrew Heaney exists as a starting pitcher in Major League Baseball. That's his role, a starting pitcher. If he's not a starting pitcher, if he loses that job due to performance,
Right.
the only place down before off the roster is mop-up duty long man.
Right.
You don't lose your starting job and then become a high-leverage 7-inning, 3-run game guy, especially when your pitching repertoire is slow fastballs and bad breaking balls.
Yeah.
and not being able to throw strikes.
Yeah.
Like nothing about Andrew Heaney says reliever. So the fact they're even meddling around because, well, we'd rather try Heaney out there in the back of the pen than potentially lose a body. Go sign someone off the street if you're worried about losing a body. And then pitch the better guy, and then the guy off the street, he's a new body.
You lose that body, but you gain another body.
Yeah, you know?
And that's, again,
head to Leakin Park and find a body.
This guy's getting a little ancillary bullet. What's that called? Ricochet shot?
Oh, ricochet shot, yeah.
And Brooks Kriske, the game we just played, like, I don't know, give me Adam Warren for an inning over Chris Dog. Like, they were scared to put Kriske in because the last time they put him in was an extra innings game against the Red Sox, or was it the 9th inning when he had the most walks ever?
Yeah, I think that was a
I know
wild pitch.
he
Broke
pitched
the record for
extra
wild
innings
pitches.
against Philly, and then I forget if the next day against the Red Sox it was extra innings in the 9th inning. Steven Ridings, I don't believe, has pitched in AAA yet. I looked up the game logs and I didn't see another game.
Okay, I can do that later.
It's a little loud.
I know you're not going to believe me, but it's like incredibly loud. So don't throw Heaney, moral of the story?
Yes.
The fact that, why haven't they? You know, I know logically they say,
Or Kriske, dude. Like,
I know that the logical answer that they're going to say is, when they already said it, when they sent Heel down, is that they just don't want to lose, like they have to DFA him, then he's gone forever.
right.
And they just don't want to swallow their pride. Like, that's the actual answer. Because the Blue Jays DFA'd Brad Hand,
Right.
who they traded for. And if you had a flow chart of, like, you know, who would you like, this pitcher or, like, this option, all options would land. You know, you take those magazine quizzes.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of guy should you date?
Mm.
It would all land on DFA Heaney.
Yeah.
And then there would be one last question, and then underneath it would say, do you think this would be embarrassing for you and you don't want to face the public embarrassment of admitting you gave up 2 prospects for a guy who you just DFA'd?
Right.
And then they would say yes, and then say, well, just stick with him.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
Yeah. I'd rather have Brad Hand than Andrew Heaney. And, yeah, I think the other final point on that before we probably get through the games quick and then talk some more big picture stuff. I normally, when Yankees Twitter or the internet gets super rowdy about a point, like, sometimes it feels like they go too far, and it's like, well, you guys are clearly ignoring part of it. The Brad Hand argument, there's no counter. Brad Hand has had a much better career.
Yeah.
I think they gave up better considered prospect capital. I mean, do with that what you want. But the Blue Jays are going for it. Brad Hand was broken. They didn't have time to figure it out. Justin Wilson is pitching good for the Cincinnati Reds. Think about how insane that is, what Yankees fans saw this year. But that's kind of life in the bullpen. Be honest. That's what it is. There's a very rare air of guys that are always good. And you just got to cut the cord. I hope Heendog gets a 1 for $2 million with KC next year, drops a 4.3 ERA, and has a nice year. But He's out for us.
Might be reassuring for some people. Wilson got lit up Friday night, so
Well,
I don't know, a little something sweet.
if Heaney isn't DFA'd
Right.
before he pitches again, and they bring up Heel, which they said they're going to do. They said they're going to bring up Heel. Now you have Krisky, right? Because you can option him down, right? Who else can they option? Abreu? If they option Abreu down to make room for Heel, and they also said Clark Schmidt might be coming up.
And, like, isn't Mike King?
Yeah, Mike King can
Mike
King can be activated. Krisky, I'll give him. Krisky can be off, can get optioned before they DFA Heaney, whatever. But if they move anyone off the active roster before Heaney, that isn't Krisky, like to make room for Heel or Schmidt or King, that's. I mean, are we just canceling our subscription to the 2021 Yankees? Am I writing?
I guess where I'm incredibly lucky here
Is you've never subscribed. You've been borrowing
I
my
never
subscription.
cancel.
Oh yeah.
I definitely subscribe to stuff. I just never cancel.
Yeah.
If you charge something $7 a month even, instead of 7 months $1, which is a good deer book. Couldn't keep going with that one. But I want to look at it. I'll say, yeah, I'll look at that. And then you've just gotten $7 a month from me. So that's what the Yanks are doing right now.
You know who's got me on a subscription?
Who?
They're actually bringing us our first burn. Magic Spoon cereal.
I got the magic spoon.
I got the
know
magic
if I can
spoon.
scoop once, I can scoop twice. We've got the best flavors. What? Flavors. And it's healthy, too. Don't eat it out of shoe. What were you going to say about Magic Spoon, though?
I signed up for their subscription. I did it live on John Boy and Jake Radio the other day, so I'm going to get
Yes.
4 boxes sent to me once a month. And when I did that, I got the secret flavors. They've never told us they've never told us to talk about the secret flavors. So I'm not going to. But there's 2 flavors that I didn't even know existed, and I'm pretty close with them.
Not even like an advertiser way. Like we found out about the flavors last month that we got to release to the people.
They tell
this
us the
one
flavors
literally
when
just
I
you
promote.
signed up for the subscription
And I got
you
free
got
flavors.
to be aware of these flavors.
Yeah, and cereal's awesome. Actually, being down the shore here reminds me of cereal a lot because like my parents' house and growing up, and like that's a food my mom always had, and bowls and milk. She always I didn't always take care of myself, but now I got the Magic Spoon subscription, and you can too. It's cereal for adults because it's guilt-free cereal, 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving, only 140 calories a serving. It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low-carb. Build your own box. The box that I built consisted of fruity, frosted, blueberry, and maple
So
waffle.
you are revealing your box.
No, then I got 2 extra.
Oh, so you're not revealing.
No, I'm not going to reveal because I don't know if they want me to.
Okay.
I never. I
That's
figured
fair.
if they want me to promote it, I will. I actually also bought the Magic Spoon.
You did.
They upsell you like a spoon.
Damn.
It's like a purple
$4.95.
tie-dye spoon.
And I mean, the company's called Magic Spoon.
Yeah.
And they're making a spoon.
But
They
I'm-
force your
You
hand.
got to try it out. With
But
how much
I
of a
know-
cereal you've
They've
been
earned
eating.
so much respect with their product that you have to buy the Magic Spoon.
I know that there's going to be a major issue when I go to eat my cereal, and this Magic Spoon isn't clean, and I'm going to grab it out of the dishwasher and clean it to eat it, and Katie's going to get mad at me and say, you can eat it with any spoon. And I say, no. Because I'm kind of weird like that. I only drink out of the same cup all the time.
Right.
Like, how could you eat Magic Spoon cereal with...
So you're going strictly MS the rest of the way.
Oh, yeah, with when I eat Magic Spoon cereal.
I could see you altering for that.
I don't know.
Because if you're a little like,
Dude, it looks like a magic wand. It's like purple and tie-dye.
if you're a little funky, you just want your Magic Spoon, and the Magic Spoon's dirty.
Oh, if I'm high? No, I think that would make me more upset if I'm looking at it and just staring at it and be like,
Okay.
this is the wrong spoon. Also, the Magic Spoon, like milk comes out of it. Go to magicspoon.com. I think. We'll find out. Go to magicspoon.com/Yanks to grab a custom bundle of cereal and try it today. Be sure to use our promo code YANKS at checkout to save $5 off your order. Magic Spoon is so confident in their product it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee, so if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/Yanks and use code YANKS to save $5. Man, love them. Oh, and happy Labor Day, everyone.
Wow.
They might be celebrating.
Congrats to Ryan Rucco and
Oh,
Andrea. Just had a baby.
Everly. That's awesome, man. I'm going to have a baby soon.
Big facts.
You know I'm delivering it?
How do you mean?
I'm going to be the one, like it's just me and her, Katie in the room, no one else. That's what we signed up for.
You're the doctor.
Yeah. Nurse, doctor, support.
That reminds me.
I'm doing it. Katie really, she's like, I really would love doctors. I'm like, no, I got it.
3 months in
Yeah.
to 7 months a buck.
Yeah.
I had to do that.
You had to deliver?
I had to impregnate a deer.
Yes. I think we're going to burn game 1.
Let's talk about the games.
It's loud.
Yanks hosting the Baltimore Birds in the Boogie Down. John, what do you means versus the Yankees, Justin Bieber? Nestor Cortes Jr. Scoreless into the third, but oh, tonight we dance. Giancarlo, let the rhythm take you over, Giancarlo. Solo dong to kick it off. David John sacrifices himself for the team. 2-0 Yanks. Yanks get a taste of their old medicine, Jim. The M&M boys. Mancini and Mateo homer. 2-2 game. Buenos Cantos. And how about more M's from the O's? What? Mountcastle hits and McKenna scores. Makes it 3-2 Birds. But DJ 26 with another classic hit. RBI single to tie it. And in the 11th, G-Unit. This is how we do. Walk-off single, and it's going up in the club. Yankees win 4-3 final in 11.
Good stuff. I kind of forgot about this game. One bad pitch from Laza to Mateo.
How about that? Big Mateo weekend, huh?
Yeah, every time Kay is pronouncing his name correct, but I had never heard it as just the last name. Like when he was a prospect, it was Jorge Mateo.
Right.
It was never just Mateo. And Mateo by itself sounds super off-putting to me for some reason. Every time I heard it, I was kind of like, wait, that's his name?
It feels like an American person calling their friend Matt in Spanish, but not real Spanish, Mateo.
That's how I feel. Every time I hear it, I'm like,
first
that
name.
can't be it.
Right.
Maybe we should call Joe's up and see how he says it. And maybe he's got it like cooler than us.
Probably think that you're cooler than me. Designer shades just to hide your face.
Jorge Mateo. Homer. Anything else? The coolest thing about this game was that Holmes looked good. Chappie actually looked good in his inning. They attacked it with the full bullpen, which is good. The bats just didn't really do much. But Means is a good pitcher, so you kind of understand that.
Right. That's where, going back to even our pregame show for this, I was a little nervous because it's like, Orioles coming in, here we go. But then it's John Means, who he is good.
He is good.
He's a good pitcher. Yeah, I mean, Baltimore rallies and comes back, which, kind of good for them. Johnny Laza gives up a run in this, which we didn't really do groundskeeping. He goes to the IL, which is kind of a monster injury, especially during a 20-game stretch that decides a chunk of the fate of your season.
Well, and there's only 25 games left.
Yeah.
And he's out?
Not throwing for 10 days.
At least 10 days.
Is this another situation where I say, he's out, and you guys say he's not, and then he ends up being out?
There is a chance
Yes.
he's out. There is a chance he's not
That's
out.
very on the table. It seems like the most likely situation is he comes back not getting like a rehab assignment or more than a game before the playoffs.
That'd be like best case.
That feels like
You'd like to
the
assume they're
realistic
doing
best case.
this in an attempt to come back.
Well, it's a shoulder tear, right?
Strained rotator cuff.
I think I have that.
Which
Which isn't
I guess
good,
the
but-
only
The
because
math
I know what
doesn't-
you're saying. The time is very tight. Like if Johnny Laza doesn't start throwing in 14 days, we're up against it. He is a reliever, so he doesn't need to be fully built up. But at the same time, we just did a whole roster construction that like we can use bodies. So if Johnny was out for the year, you kind of have to make that move. So that's why I don't think that's on the table.
All right. September 3rd is his last game, so he can come. His last time he pitched was September 3rd, which was this game. So he can come back the 13th, but he's not even going to be.
That's when he's going to start.
That's when he's going to start
Throwing again.
throwing again. So he's not going to come back, like, right out the IL. The team goes to Baltimore, so let's just say he's not going to be part of that series.
Wouldn't use him there anyways.
Okay, best case I have is he's down for 10 days. They start throwing him again. Like you're saying, he's a reliever. Is the September 20th series against the Rangers. So best case, I have him a decent amount away from the postseason.
I think that's fair.
But I would flip a coin because he could start throwing again.
Doesn't feel good,
and
it's
it
over.
Still hurts.
Absolutely.
And then it's
I think
over.
I think any setback and it's done.
So I would say average case, Johnny's out, unless he makes his way onto a DS roster or CS roster.
Yeah, I don't think you can say average case.
What would I bet on?
For what it's worth, because of pandemic, minor league season got delayed at the beginning. I think they do run all the way through September, so there is opportunities to do a rehab appearance down there that doesn't count for something. He's a reliever, so they might not do that anyway because relievers
Right.
tend to not always do that.
Or, if he throws, he feels good, you could get one appearance at Somerset or wherever it is. But, yeah, we have no idea. It's a shoulder injury to a pitcher in September. So you can't be optimistic about it.
No, unfortunately. The one thing that you can take away from this game is that Wade becomes the pinch runner in extras and scores on DJ's single from second to tie the game with the cool slide. And after the game, Booney said, "Yeah, I like having him on the bench for that reason," which maybe gives credence to the fact that that's why he doesn't get the starting chances, even though his numbers on
He had a really nice stretch.
and his numbers on the year are good now.
Yeah, it was in batting average popped up. It was like 283 at one point.
I think
something like that.
I think his on base percentage for the entire season, which is like 150 plate appearances now, small but still.
Small sample in general, good sample for him.
Yeah, and it's a 360 on base percentage.
368 right now, or entering today. I don't think he got in a bat today though.
That plays.
That's the most plate appearances he's ever gotten in the season. This season, and he's got all of his numbers was batting average on base are 282 and 368.
26 years old?
But they like him better as a bench player, so they can drag and drop him.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess, hopefully we don't talk too much about these games because the bigger conversations kind of are more fun. And it does make sense, but it just feels like there was a period of time where Tyler Wade could have been playing. But, this Yankees team, their formula they believe in that hasn't been proven is just like aim for the playoffs. So in Tyler Wade's boxes to check this year is to be as prepared as possible to come off the bench. So that's what they're doing.
Yeah. Whatever. Want burn game 2?
You hit the passing button just real quick.
He has that, not me.
Text from Coach Ballgame.
What do you say?
6 grand slams in the old MLB today. All-time record is 7.
He hit 6 grand slams.
I think in Major League Baseball today there were 6 grand slams. The record is 7.
Oh.
Yeah.
In all baseball.
In all of baseball.
In a day of Major League Baseball.
When you said MLB baseball today, my brain just went to a video game that he was playing, and he was texting you his personal video game numbers, which makes more sense in a way with the Coach Ballgame text.
You never know.
Yeah.
That's the risk you run.
Yeah, Vogelbach just hit a grand slam walk-off for the Brew Crew.
Look at that. Bogey.
Let's burn game 2, baby. This game sucked.
Michael Jordan Montgomery tries to continue his GOAT performance of late against Chris Ellis. I don't know Chris Ellis, I guess, for Baltimore. And I guess the Yankees had no idea who Chris Ellis was either, as they're getting no hit. Meanwhile, Bronx legend Jorge Mateo walks, wild pitch, scores the run. It's 1-0 Birds. In the 7th, it's 3-0. Cedric entertains with the ribby double. Hayes RBI single. But this is our fight song. Wow, Rachel Patton shout out. Gleyber with the huge RBI infield single. Woof kinda. After a week full of questions, Joey answers all of them. Tied up at 3s. No way the Yanks will lose. Not so happy, Chappie. Still looks bleh. And Severino, not Luis. Sack fly. Yanks don't rally in the 9th. They lose 4-3 final.
Like a small boat
In the ocean.
This is. I think that was a 2015 Yankees
Making big waves
like rally song.
in the ocean.
Yeah. I mean, this game was embarrassing. The Yankees had a lot of good hitters in. They didn't play 4 starters, but they had,
Yeah, I was a little more mad because it's a day Gary's going to be out because it's a day game after night game.
Yeah.
So if you're the Yankees, you do need to put that into your equation, especially after what we saw today. That, like, if Gary's going to be sitting day game after night game, which is fair, that's baseball. That's no argument here. You can't have, Gleyber sat, Voit sat, and was there another pinch hit, or was it Gary? I think Gary pinch hit as well.
Gary, Gleyber, Voit, they rolled out the whole troop.
Right, in the 7th inning. So,
yeah.
And again, mindset, and we've talked about this previously, like, day games where the Yankees have sucked.
Because they consider them rest games.
Right. And then
they do.
Right.
Like someone in the analytics department has said, "Hey, day after night, we should never be playing we should never run the same 9 back." They
can't.
We should go look at the game logs for the lineups for day games because they're never the full squad.
And that's where, if you're bringing in 3 people in the 7th inning of a game that you think are better ball players to finish the rest of the game to try to win, I have a problem with that. At this point of the season, and that's the 20-game stretch just started.
I know.
Like, we're not in the teeth of it.
Yeah.
Like, if we're at game 17 and Booney hops on the mics after and he's like, honestly, like, Voigt's a little banged up from that slide against Toronto. And, Gary got nicked up last night. And you give me that game 17 of 20, I say, probably makes sense. I'm not in the locker room. I get it. Voigt needs to be playing. He missed a lot of this season. Like, they tried to steal wins against Baltimore, and it backfired, and you should get reprimanded for that.
I totally agree with you. The other problem is, DJ did play, Gallo did play,
right?
Judge did play, Stanton did play, Rizzo did play. So 5 guys at the top.
Sure.
They got one hit that left the infield. They got 2 hits that went farther than the pitcher.
Yeah.
Luckily, one of them was a home run.
All right. A Yankees baseball did not touch the outfield this game.
Yeah. I mean,
Clean.
luckily,
Judge error. Not his error. He got on it.
Right.
And then, I don't know if we're talking about Monty later, but tough for him to pitch when every pitch is a high leverage pitch. Kay and Coney were talking about it, but he was battling, and he was also not really attacking guys.
Right.
Because at sometimes he was like, I'd rather walk this dude than give him a pitch that he might hit for a home run, and then it's 1-0. So I'd love to see Monty, as dialed as he is these days, pitch with a 5-run lead, because I think he might do something special.
Could be fun. And that's another just eye-opening thing, because in baseball every year you hear about the pitcher that's not getting run support. Usually there's one guy on a team that, it's probably a lot of luck, but you wonder what else connects to it. Monty, we are so deep. I've never been deep enough in a pitcher's non-run support stretch that they start talking about how it's affecting his pitch mix.
Yeah, I mean, he said after the game, I could throw more fastballs if we had some runs and be more aggressive.
Like normally,
and he's right.
I think last Monty's start is kind of where I've seen around Major League Baseball, where you just get the quotes where it's like, I'm rooting for my guys every day, and sure, you'd love to have more runs, blah blah blah. I've never gotten a pitch mix part of the offense not giving you run support, so
you can tell it by the way he's pitching too.
Yeah.
He was actually, it was working for him because in 2-0, 2-1 counts, he's so worried about giving up a home run because then it's a 1-0 game that he was throwing these badass pitches.
Yeah.
He's throwing like backdoor curveballs. He threw Jorge Mateo a 3-0 curveball in the dirt on purpose because he knew he was going to be swinging and didn't want to give him a fastball.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how you pitch usually. That's how you pitch when you know you're not going to get any run support.
Yeah.
And then, we used a lot of the good bullpen. Chapman's a different conversation, I think. But
yeah,
mostly the offense just utterly embarrassing. Like truly embarrassing.
How good bullpen is a interesting conversation right now.
Yeah. It is very weird. I don't know who's... Yeah. It's Clay Holmes season.
Fully rested bullpen.
Yeah.
Which the Yankees won't have for another 3 weeks, reminder. But Yankees have a fully rested bullpen with today's roster. And the starting pitcher goes 5 innings. Who are you getting 4 from?
Chapman, Chad, Holmes, Litke.
Yeah.
Wandy's on the skids a little bit. Abreu might be in there, but they might send him down to keep the Heen dog around.
Yeah.
How stupid is that? Abreu's probably one of the top guys. It'd be real nice to get Heel, Clark, King, Herman, like one of those 4, to be a 3-inning guy.
Yeah.
Kluber needs a bulk guy pretty bad.
Yeah.
Dude, Kluber needs a bulk guy pretty bad. And I would start asking him to get you 3 innings. Like, for the duration.
The bulk guy or Kluber?
Kluber.
They're trying to build him up. So, like, today was 78 pitches.
Yeah.
So
I'd say
it'll be 85.
I'd say, hey, Kluber, I don't think we got time to get you to the place where you're throwing 100 nice bullets. Let's get you to the place where you can throw 4 innings of 70 nice bullets, and we won't ask a thing more.
I just think the problem is I think that's the same thing. I think you get Kluber built up for 100, so hopefully playoffs come and he can throw 75 nice ones.
Yeah. I guess. We can talk about that
Scaled
after
down.
Game 3.
Let's do it.
And we're going to burn it, and Jake's going to burn the game. Burn it, Jake, burn it, Jakey. Burn it, Jake, burn.
Life gets me down. Smile turns into a frown. Been told I act like a clown. I'm so bad at being good. Know that it's not in my blood or my car's hood. Do you think I would? Think I could? I'm not a lost soul. I'm not out of control. I just fucking tripped in a hole. I can't get out of this shit. A cross in a place of a tick. If I met me, I would feel so fucking sick. I'm not good at being good. I can't be good when I know I should. I'm bad at being good. I'm good at being bad. As they say, the good can go bad, so does that mean the bad can go good? Written by Hope Sanders.
That guy's name is Hope.
I'm guessing I think Hope is a lady's name traditionally. But that does make the poem pretty ironical.
It'd be funny if it was just...
I guess it did end with hope. A Yankees lost, by the way. 8-7 final.
You summed it up.
Yeah.
I mean, you burned the game. Hope Sanders?
Hope Sanders.
I'm not even finding that name.
You can look it up. I typed into Google a poem about being bad.
A poem about being bad.
And it's the fourth link that pops up. It's on Booksy.com. If you see Booksy.com.
I got it. Oh, wow. This isn't like a published poem. This is just some dude's blog.
Hopes.
Yeah.
Hope's blog.
I mean, yeah, this is just someone's, like, blog. Like, I thought Hope Sanders was a published poet.
The internet. You know?
Self-published.
It's like us.
That is true. Like,
Yeah.
we're not professionals. Well,
We weren't at a point.
I don't... like.
Hope's
we are,
building their way up.
We're still self-published.
Yeah.
BBD publishes them.
Publishing right now.
He's our publisher. Can we start calling him the publisher instead of the producer?
The publisher.
You hit publish when you upload the podcast, right? That's the name.
Except for the times I forget.
But that's the name of the button, right?
Yeah.
Publish. So you're our
Feels like it could be
So you're our publisher.
a good British movie.
The publisher.
The publisher.
Yeah. Could be.
It's a little too close to the Punisher. 'Cause I don't have it as that kind of flick, but
This game was they were up a lot, you know.
this game had me disappointed something fierce.
Yeah. So we were all sitting around. You've been saying that we should just do baseball conversations, or that it is just kind of baseball conversation, not individual game. And we talked about the Heaney decision to death. The Yankees put up 7 runs, and the Gleyber error looms large, and then the Heaney decision looms even larger. Gleyber's error, I mean, I know Abreu still gave up the home run, but Cedric Mullins is the second best outfielder in the American League.
Great baseball player.
And he's having an amazing season. And he should have been leading off the next inning with no runners on. And Gleyber just lollipopped a throw and then continued the inning. And now Abreu thinks he's mentally out of the inning.
Right.
Oh, wait. I have to face one of the best hitters in the AL this season.
I didn't mentally or visually depict it to everyone out there. Carmine mentioned it a little bit. I am
Mad? You got an ottoman?
I am very mad at the Gleyber error.
Okay.
Like, you know, I have a secret showy hardo side to me.
Yeah.
If I was Gleyber Torres, there would be a video of me taking ground balls tonight at Yankee Stadium at 9 p.m.
Yeah. No, that is who you are.
And, like, it's probably 70% show, but it's 30%. What the fuck are you doing? You can't do that.
No.
They lost by 1 run. Quick math. 2 runs. They win this game.
You run that math one more time for me.
Okay. 8-7 final. Orioles.
8-7-5.
Gleyber, error. Bray home run.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been the third out.
Yeah.
7-6. Yanks.
So you're saying without it, that would have ended in a tie.
And I don't know. Like, we'd still be sitting here and we'd still be disappointed to a degree. Like, we talked about coming into this, we wanted a sweep. But we'd say, hey, you won the series. The Orioles numbers, were they 9-7 against the Orioles? Like, that's kind of a joke. But it's, and Caster's been all over it. Kudos to him. Man, is this the most play to your competition team, like, ever? Like, can we even get, like, a comparison? Like,
Apparently the Astros do it.
if it's them or even, like, I'm willing to go cross sports in this because this is just, it's unreal, man.
Gleyber Error, pretty bad. Yeah, and then you bring Heaney in. So we don't need to talk about this game.
Yeah.
That much. I had a conversation with Hoodie Gleyber. I think you were involved. Maybe you weren't involved. I don't know if BBD was there.
Could have or could have not.
Kyle was there.
Sure.
About how because the Yankees were, I fear some of the fan base is going to get swindled into believing if they lose in the wild card or they lose in the DS, like, well, at least we made something out of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, no, expectations were so high.
Right.
Like, I want to remind people that I think BBD and I said the only thing that would erase how underperforming this season has been would be if they make it to the World Series.
Right.
We don't need to win it, but if they were like in the World Series,
that's kind of the one thing short of winning.
That could erase,
Right.
and where like next PPPs and next spring training, we're not harping on like we cannot do what we did last year, this year,
Right.
because there's this vibe I'm getting from Yankee fans that's like sympathetic or just like, you know, the winning streak made them, they segmented the season into the new Yankees and the old, which we did as a joke. But this is still a very much of a failure of a season. And some people are acting like it's not yet. But like winning the wild card is what we're scratching and clawing for right now, and that's a failure from what the team was supposed to do.
Yes. There's a couple things that tie into that. Obviously, the horrible start. I mean, dude, I don't have to tell you, and I don't have to tell a lot of people listening, but, you know, there were days this summer when we were very curious to what our September, October was going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, there was question marks if we were going to have to, like, almost bail on Talkin Yanks as a pod and, like, rework it to, like, in September, were we going to even have conversations about series? Or were we going to talk about, like, Albert Abreu could have a spot next year? So, in that way, I mean, part of me is excited that, you know, we are, well, as of now, we're heading to postseason baseball. Let's see where my head's at after the Blue Jays series. And I personally did have a high bar set for the Rays just because I think that bar has been set by them. If they lose in the wild card, complete and total failure. Very interested to see if they win a wild card, who they'd play in the DS. But still, I mean, look at us, Yankee fans. If that's where our mind's at, then the wheels are off a little bit. So, I don't know, man. And I hope we're just in the baseball spin cycle. I hope these guys turn around and we're saying, wow. You know, today was the first time we saw all of our best players in the lineup.
Yeah, after Odor got pinched.
In what, the 7th, 8th inning? The end of a Orioles series that they admitted they didn't care about and showed it on the field. So, I don't know.
Boone said Heaney had good stuff.
Play your best team. Try to win games.
Such bullshit. Let's go to awards.
Go to awards. Is that brought to us by
It's
anyone
brought
fun?
to us by Signing Day Sports. If you know anyone who's trying to get signed, if you yourself trying to get signed, trying to play some ball, get in front of some scouts, then you got to go to Signing Day Sports, or you got to tell that person that you know about Signing Day Sports. It's a one-stop shop to maximize your recruiting to over 350 colleges and all 30 professional teams. You create a custom profile with verified video metrics, along with the ability to showcase your skills in a controlled environment so all recruiters see you at your best. Question. If you signed up for this and we were going to a batting cage this week, if we just take some footage of you on a mound throwing with your Rapsoda numbers, your honest-to-God numbers, and we put them on, we should ask them if we can do this, Signing Day Sports.
Yeah.
I can do it too.
I've thought about this.
Do you think you'd get one bite? Like, is there like a Bishop Sycamore for baseball out there that might just like try to get your money from you and like might get a bite?
Do I have to list my age properly?
You can lie about your age. That's all. Height, weight.
If I put my numbers on there as a 14-year-old, I think I get some interest.
No. Do you think you get some interest?
Early interest. They're like, wow, that's an interesting build for a 14-year-old.
I'll allow you to go to 16.
Because my body at 14
Yeah.
and my,
If they see your body as a 14-year-old, they think, well, we can, get him into shape.
like he could become.
Yeah. Like we can mold him.
He could be like Luke Voigt-esque.
Yeah.
But
I should do this as like
that.
So 15.
Or I do think there is a funny angle if we enter as 30-plus year olds and just see what the system comes back with.
I think we got to do it.
Okay.
All right. And you guys can do it too. They also have in-app direct communication that gets rid of all the emails and the back and forth, and you can talk directly with scouts and coaches and all that right in the app. It's 100% free for all coaches, recruiters, and scouts to use. Players do not have to attend a showcase to maximize their recruiting. That's the big thing because those things are so costly these days. Signing Day Sports has the technology to allow side-by-side analyzing of athletes. Wow, cool. We can put both of us in there and analyze each other. Sign up today using the link in our description, and make sure to use code JOMBOY for 10% off. Sign up today using the link in the description. Signing Day Sports. Jake's going to enter as a 15-year-old.
I'd still like 14.
I'm allowing 15.
I'm going to go 14.
I think 14.
Yeah.
You get some sickos.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You do 14, someone will contact you.
How many colleges do they say are in there? 350. If you say 14, I think you're getting 10
Okay.
colleges
Let's go.
that are like, well, this guy's just clearly it's baby.
play ball.
Clearly it's baby weight. It's gonna get. It's gonna get.
He's
lost.
going to lose that.
And he's got a.
I've heard that for 15 years.
And you got a growth spurt coming.
Every night I go to bed, I tell myself.
They'll think you have a growth spurt coming if it's 14.
Yeah.
For sure. They think you end up.
In your college years,
right.
you'll get
They
to
think
6.
you can end up 600, 180.
Like they're like,
Or 6 foot,
that
180.
kid could be a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Okay.
why not?
I'm upping it now to. I forgot about the height. I'm upping it now to 20.
Do you know the wild card standings?
Are we tied now?
We are half game up on Boston.
Yeah.
2 in the loss column.
Just to let everyone know my mindset, and this is how my brain works in everything, that means we're tied.
Okay.
And we don't have the head-to-head. So
Some
right now,
turkey
I
mouth.
am mentally preparing for the wild card in Boston. I do not, in my head, have the wild card at home.
You're a big loss column guy, though.
What's the loss column?
We're up 2 in the loss column.
Never mind then. I didn't know that. Loss column is way more
I
important.
mentioned it.
I was talking while you mentioned
It's
it.
okay.
You were ready to say the half game.
You were excited to go for the mentality.
Well, a half game,
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, and I
Like-
agree with just half
Right.
game on paper, what
Yeah.
that means.
but 2 in the loss column means 2 games.
The closest game to Boston, as of right now, team to Boston, Seattle Mariners, 3.5.
They're 3.5 behind the Yankees.
Seattle's 3.5 behind Boston. Toronto and Oakland are both at 4 games. So Toronto is coming in by the way, with their season straight up on the line.
Interesting.
Mm.
All right. Awards. The first award that we give out here on Talkin' Yanks.
Pride of the Yankees. Pride of the Yankees. Pride of the Yankees.
Who goes first? It's Sunday? And that means I get to go first because I'm more better than you when it comes to...
You're trying to work on your relationship with the big man.
That's not how I see it.
For a couple more
We actually
series.
have like a super solid understanding.
A couple more series.
Me and them.
Them.
Well, I was going to say him, but it's a little sexist, right?
Well, them, I think.
You just don't know.
No, his pronouns are...
Well, if you don't know, it seems like you don't have a great relationship with her.
Well, that seems like the opposite.
I know her.
They don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
Nefertiti.
My pride of the Yankees is Nestor Cortes Jr.
That's a good one.
He's good.
I considered him.
He's good. He's
Yeah.
just good at this point.
Yeah.
What are his last couple starts now?
Did you see my comp I threw out? It's like controversial.
No. What's your comp you threw out?
I said, when do we genuinely start comparing the energy and what he does on the mound to El Duque? I know I'm crossing lines there.
Yeah, no. That...
I get it.
No, but I get what you're going for. But
with how good he actually is now.
But can I tell you when?
Yeah.
When he does it in the playoffs multiple times. Because that was El Duque's thing.
Right.
Like, he was a premier postseason pitcher.
Yeah.
And to be fair,
Okay.
that's a coin flip for me. If what Nestor does works in the best spots.
Oh, sure.
Have to see it.
But that was kind of probably the thought process with El Duque at the time. Like, this guy get rocked.
I do think El Duque was more hyped. Like Nestor Cortes came over as a
Well, it was
young vagabond.
Well, yeah, El Duque had a whole escape story, so.
Right, which is badass.
And his nickname was El Duque.
Yeah.
Do you think I'd type in El Duque, it'll come up?
I'd like to think so. Baseball Reference is pretty hip.
I was thinking that.
Got it.
Hot.
His son is on the same college team as Joe Girardi's son.
That's cool.
No, but Nestor's my pride. He has now started. Well, he's pitched in 17 games on the season. He started 9. He has... How many innings does he have? He has 67 innings on the season, and he has a 2.67 ERA.
Yeah.
If I... that's not that many innings.
Is there anything you want to apologize to Nestor to? Just really quick. Just really quick. I mean,
no,
it's not a big apology.
No. I mean, on the YouTube channel, I uploaded my trying to name all 57 Yankees, and he was the one guy I forgot. No, the reason I forgot him is because of all of his good attributes. And I don't really feel bad because everyone else in the company that took it forgot like a known commodity. But
everyone has a guy.
But Tom Prizeman, he was like, I totally get why Jimmy thought of Nestor. He was doing it by position. He was searching for starters, and he was searching for relievers, and Nestor is...
Your Jimmy math, which is really good at process of elimination and finding the solution, unfortunately backed you into a corner a little bit.
With my CO?
Because you were doing the CO thing was a little... That was tough.
Yeah.
And then the starter reliever thing where Nestor toes the line, but...
Yeah. So, no, I don't want to apologize to him.
I mean, just a quick... It didn't have to be like a big thing. Just be like, sorry, dog. Like,
sorry, dog.
I got you.
Sorry, dog. I like you.
Yeah.
I gave him you're my pride.
My pride.
Man, he's good. He's good. What's his ERA now since he became a starter? Since the first time he started, which was July 4th. Hell yeah.
I think that's game 2 of the doubleheader when technically is like the best. That's the turning point of the season.
Wow. Well, he got 3.26 ERA since then.
I mean, there's just...
And part of it is I keep waiting for it not to work. And that's maybe where I owe the biggest apology to Nestor.
Right, and that's where I jumped in the El Duque game because like he's regular season good at this point. And like there's however we look back at this season, whether this Yanks team turns it back on and has some fun or whether or not, there's still going to be a line in there that's like, what would this year have been without Nestor Cortes Jr.? Because who's making those 9 starts? If you eliminated Nestor, who's making those 9 starts?
They trade for someone or it's Heaney.
Heaney.
And they trade for another.
Heaney,
They trade
maybe
for
Clark would have gotten
They
one
trade
by
for
now.
another Heaney.
It's kind of nuts.
In El Duque's first 9 postseason games,
Mm.
98 through 2000, he had a 1.21 ERA.
Whoops.
In his first 9 postseason starts.
Not scared.
That includes CSs and more. I mean, dude, if you escape Cuba on a raft.
Playoff baseball?
And your life is on the line. I'm not like saying this is how you get good at.
Don't have your kids do this to get better at sports.
Yeah, but you're not going to be scared.
Yeah.
And Nestor, those numbers since being a starter are really better than that because he had a relief appearance in July. That was just 2 innings, 3 runs.
Mm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the better way to do it is like literally not
His
since he got a starter.
His
but
numbers.
Can you
as
go?
A starter.
I think there's a splits page.
Yeah, no,
that is.
I think you'll have that.
Yeah.
Just looking at his game logs, it's really just the one time he got knocked around a bit in Kansas City, and
Which again, I think
2.83 ERA as a starter.
one of the times I gave him either pride or something I mentioned, his like timing this year has been beautiful. Like that one start he got knocked around in KC, he was like, whatever.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like a game losing knocked around. It was like 4 runs.
Yeah.
yeah, it was 4 runs he pitched into the 6th. 5 2/3.
Would have taken that today.
Well, he got it.
Nestor's worst start of the season I would have taken today with a firm handshake. That's insane.
Yeah.
Good for Nestor.
Good for Nestor. He's my pride.
Mm.
Dan posted a Twitter picture of the crew watching the game today from the house. He said kind of got the best job in the world, so that's cool. I like that.
It's nice.
But it is just cool.
A lot of bodies, a lot of meat.
Yeah.
I stayed out of the meat tornado today because
I think it's hilarious
Just a lot of
for
heat.
my mom and Katie and all the wives and girlfriends that came. Because usually they probably apologize for their husband when they bring him to a social party because he's just watching the game in the corner
Gotta
or like
plug in.
on his phone watching the game. And this was a gathering where that was the majority of the party. Like,
That was
no,
the
we're
plan.
watching the game.
That was the plan.
Guys want to play cards? Want to go to the beach? Oh, game's on.
We were
Yankees.
apologizing for them wanting to do other stuff. We weren't actually doing that, but that's
Yeah.
so funny.
Who's your
Movie scene.
pride? Dog?
I'm between 2 guys right now.
Speaking of dog.
And a dog. Noodle looking huge. Tweet out a pic, maybe. Oh, Jimmy. I think I'm going to do... Dude, I think I might be punting something to you.
Okay. I mean, I have a name in mind that I would do, but I'll just give him an award if you don't want to do it.
And, you know, I think the award might mean more for you, and I think this award might mean more for me, and I think it might be a motivational pride. Jim, I'm going with... I can't believe I'm doing this. Clay Holmes.
Yeah, that's why I was going to give him an award if you didn't.
Man, Clay Holmes has the clean inning in the final game, the 11th, or the first game, excuse me, the 11th. He also comes in game 2, which if the Yankees looked anything like the new New York Yankees in game 2, Clay Holmes would have been a hero. 1.1 innings pitched, Jim. all punchies.
That man is a hero.
That two-seamer, holy smokes. I mean, pitch ninja. The way that thing was moving, if it starts in the middle of the plate, it ends up on your hands as a righty. If it starts off in the left-handed hitter's box, it hits that back corner. It was a thing of beauty, man. His quotes, and by the way, we mentioned good bullpen coming up. Boy, is Clay Holmes going to find himself in some high leverage innings. He has been fantastic. Like, at this point, Clay Holmes basically owes us nothing, which is insane. His performance has been incredible. But, man, he is going to have every opportunity the rest of the way to make a name for himself as kind of a high-leverage reliever in baseball. And, hey, if Matt Blake or whoever is in Clay Holmes' ear on this one can keep it rolling, we've almost found ourselves in a situation with Loaisiga with the hard sinker, Holmes with the hard sinker, which that pitch is making its way back into baseball anyways. But if the Yankees can kind of hang their hat on that, like that's one of their video game tool sets. Like, oh, we could bring in a guy who throws a nice sinker and make it work better. So, Clay Holmes, it's a little bit to enjoy your pride and be more prideful going forward, because, boy, are we going to need you.
Yeah. And look at this graph. Look at this photograph. And he was a 3-pitch pitcher in Pittsburgh, throwing his curveball, right? Since getting traded to the Yankees, the curveball is just not a pitch anymore.
No thanks.
And you can see the sinker, the red. It was middling. This is game by game.
Right.
So half of them, 75, and now it is 50% or higher every time, basically.
It's gross.
Yeah. BBD. Let me see if I can show the screen this.
Here we go.
Is that in shot?
It is not. It's like showing a screen on camera, so it's a little bright. But,
Well,
that's good.
People always yell that we never share the screen, so now you can see. Basically, since becoming to the Yankees, they were like, don't just throw 2 pitches, and the sinker.
Throw that sinker.
Make sure you're throwing that 50% or more.
Pump it.
He hasn't thrown a curveball. It says he threw a curveball on August 6th. But that's really not it. So, Clay Holmes. And he had some good quotes, Jake. Again, I don't know if we were talking, but he said something like, because he came in, the stadium was loud, it was big. It was to walk it off or to hold it,
Yeah.
He said something like, these are the situations like I have to perform in if I want to take the next step in my career.
Yeah.
Which I hope no one takes as a selfish quote, because it's true. Like, dude, if you want to become a stud reliever, you're going to get 10 chances, because good teams getting thrown into the fire, you're not going to get it over. You're not in Pittsburgh where you're just going to be there for 6 months, whether you succeed or not succeed. Like, you want to be a setup man for the Yankees in this stretch the rest of September, you're probably getting 5 chances. And he got 2 this series.
I mean, not to be rude to him, if things went poorly, it would be less than that.
Exactly. But he did the first 2, so now he's going to get 3 more.
Yeah.
With Johnny out, kind of we might live and die with Holmes a lot of nights.
No, and I do think, to add to your example there and almost put names on it and not to be rude to guys, look at what we've seen out of Lucas Littke this year and how much we've loved him. But how much his career has been derailed by just how baseball works with relievers and bodies and how the 40-man works and all that stuff. Clay Holmes, couple good years, and he becomes a guy that hits free agency. He gets a 3-year, $20 million contract, and his life has changed. If Clay Holmes doesn't continue going up the ladder, he's a guy that signs 1 year, $2 million deals, hopes it sticks, and then hopes he gets one the next year. So, okay. Pride just turned into pressure, but pressure is a privilege.
Pride just turned into pressure.
Did you see? I had
like Hope Sanders for a second.
I had a little snarf.
You snarfed? You ate food real quick?
Clay Holmes came off his 1.1 4 punchies, just gross, as good as a pitcher can look. And who's there? Body in front of him. Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole, yeah.
Just going all in.
A pitching coach.
And I'm picturing Clay Holmes partially enjoying it and also partially like, dog, I was lit, bro. I got it.
Do you know Roy Kent, the Roy Kent effect? He comes to practice. One of the guys on the team just boots the ball too high, and Roy Kent gives tangible coaching advice right there. Like, you were leaning back. You weren't leaning back enough. Like, get your weight back.
You got to lean forward.
And Nate the Great is getting a little nervous. Like, oh, shit, am I not a coach anymore? Do I not have a role? Roy Kent's the coach. And then Nate the Great does the great strategic coaching.
Park the bus.
That's Garrett Cole and Matt Blake. Almost personalities to a T as well.
Ooh, wow.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Garrett Cole is like your weight distribution, like make sure you get your arm here. And Matt Blake's like, and let's try to use the sinker more because it's been effective in 1-2 counts.
Sink is your best pitch.
Yeah.
That sound like Nate?
Matt Blake.
A lot. That sound like Nate? All right.
Do it again.
I can't. You know that's not how it works.
Yeah. Maybe do you like my analogy?
It's just a little British and scared.
When you connected that their personalities are also kind of the same.
Yeah.
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 Okay, cool. I'm the best.
Hip.
Next thing that we do here on the show.
You Yankee motherfucker.
I'm going to give it to Gleyber.
Thank you.
Jake already made his talk, so I didn't want Carmine to have to do it twice.
The fuck, man.
Yeah, it cost us a lot for no reason. Just no reason to be throwing balls like that. Almost ever. You hear Manny Machado talk about it. I think he was on R2C2, and he talked about how J.J. Hardy fielded and threw every ball the same exact way, no matter what. And they would dog on him in practice, and they would kind of make fun of him. But then Machado was like, oh, wait, that dude never makes a mistake because it doesn't matter if he's fielding ground balls while we take BP or he's just doing it on his own, or it's when the first baseman throws him the ball during practice, he fields it and throws it the same exact way. Like, you should erase any other way from your brain. Like, that lollipop should never really be there. And, like, in a close game with a speedy runner, it's just really bad. It's just not a... they talk about how Nolan Arenado, if he fields the ball in foul territory, he'll finish the play.
Yes.
For the Cardinals. Like, if the umps go foul, he won't just pocket it. He'll take the ball and he'll throw it to first and finish the play and finish the motion. That's how you get really good at a position.
Gleyber. Jim, I think I told you this once. I was in Denver. I watched a lot of Arenado, and it was awesome. And there's a secret between Arenado, Machado, any of the great left side of the infield defensive players, is that they have an extremely strong arm. The highlights of them picking the ball and Manny being smooth and all that, those are cool. But watch their throws. Gleyber today with the pump and the throw, and we saw his adjustment earlier in the season that we liked because at least he made an adjustment, that he was fielding it and getting rid of it as quick as he could. And that was his game plan. I'll field it, I'll get it in the air and get it over there. Then we saw, because that worked pretty well for a little bit, we saw him unleash a couple on double plays, and we're like, ooh.
Barracuda.
And Gleyber's probably best skill as a defender is his arm strength when he unleashes it. And right now, he just doesn't have the belief in it. So, I mean, I'm almost team let it fly. I'd rather have you miss the board twice and find your spot. Because that lollipop stuff, that'll lose you a game. It did.
Yeah.
It literally did.
It's not good. So he's my MFer, so you get to choose yours now.
And by the way, I know I've mentioned if Velasquez survives, hell, Wade. The later a ball game
Should
gets,
we let them know that their voices are going to be on the episode?
the later a ball game gets, the more speed and defense is valued.
Yeah.
Gleyber's got potentially two guys behind him that are quicker
Yeah.
and better defenders.
Mm-hmm.
So,
He did get one of the only hits in the game, too.
which, hey, I mentioned his arm is supposed to be his strength defensively.
And he got another hit.
He's supposed to be a hitter. That's supposed to be his strength.
Yeah.
So if you hit, I really don't care. But, man, I am not happy with that defensive play if I haven't gotten that across.
If it was you,
Yeah.
you'd be working in the rain.
There would be a clip. It would be on Talkin Yanks at 9:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Gleyber Torres is taking ground balls at Yankee Stadium.
Dude, can I tell you?
Sunday, Labor Day weekend.
Can I tell you what would be in the clip? And you almost can't dispute this because I know you as well as you know you.
Okay.
There would be one errant throw. And then you would. And
I don't
then
know if I'd want to post that.
you're not posting it. Yes is posting it.
But, okay.
And then you would do this to yourself where you'd be walking back to your position at shortstop, just visibly talking to yourself, and then doing some of these.
If I have the open stadium, I might scream.
Yeah.
Because that's just a cool effect.
Ah! Yeah.
In an upcoming content video, I let out a scream somewhere, and it was nice. Rotini.
Oh. Hell yeah. All right, so that's Jake's. Oh, no.
No.
No, Jake didn't do his MFer.
Yeah.
He just hates Gleyber's guts.
I like Gleyber.
You just don't like that throw.
I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate you.
And then the skies opened up and God said, I hate you, Alfalfa. AZ, you want to come be in the video?
She was a Maisel girl. Said, see you later, girl. Jesus. These offensive numbers are pretty awful across the board.
They didn't hit.
What a nightmare. He played the Orioles.
Yeah, the worst pitching team in the world.
Golly. Bro, I think I'm going Gallo, man. It's tough, and I know a lot of Yankees people are on him. It'll have some of that energy.
I mean, he did have the one hit.
I know,
the
that
home
one
run.
hit, that homer that tied it, which could have been a lot cooler if his teammates did a little more. But, dude, he got moved up in the lineup because he was performing badly.
Mm-hmm.
Classic trick.
Oh, I like that decision, though, to get him protection.
Trying to spark him, but now where are we at? Didn't work. He looks lost, man.
Dude, and then Boone decided to, be honest after the game
Yeah.
and said, yeah, he definitely looks like he's pressing.
Yeah.
It's I appreciate the honesty, Boone, but you're not honest about anything else. Why'd you choose that? He's here next year.
How is Gallo not, hitting sixth?
You may see that soon. But
You have to.
But I liked the idea of protection against Baltimore pitchers. If anything should get him going, it should be seeing fastballs in front of the big dudes.
Specifically, Judge behind him. Who didn't do it this series, but has
also
killed the
didn't have a good
Orioles.
series.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe Judge's numbers.
What are they?
071 batting average, 071 OBP.
1 for
Judge-
14.
Judge had no walks. How bizarre is that? I don't think I've
Whoa.
ever seen that.
That is bizarre.
All
All right, so your MFer's Gallo.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry, Joe.
Okay.
Let's go to regular old awards.
Regular awards. My first regular old award, and I feel like I've given this dude a lot of regular old awards. I know I did last week, but it's the...
Brought to you by the JOMBOY Media Store, by the way. Swag.
I think it's brought to us by something else, too. Hell yeah. Just a store?
Just this.
The store.
Badass.
That
is cool. That is cool.
Yeah, we have this tie-dye hoodie. We got some joggers. We, we normally, especially talking Yanks, you guys seen the originals. We got a lot of silly shirts out there, a lot of fun shirts, a lot of good Yanks-type stuff. Now we've got some swag. This tie-dye hoodie, JOMBOY Media. I've got my JM hat. I think it's the JM collection. We got some joggers and stuff. Like, fall's coming.
Fall's coming.
So go to the store.
Yeah.
Get some good stuff.
Yeah, this is there, too.
That windbreaker.
How do you feel, Dinosaur? Award. Yeah. And I'll do it quick, but it's the How Do You Feel, Dinosaur Award. It's a little more pointed than like, How do you feel, Dinosaur Award.
So you're asking the dinosaur.
How do you feel, Dinosaur?
Okay.
How do you feel, Dinosaur Award.
Dinosaur. I don't know. No.
It goes to Aroldis Chapman. Dude, how do you feel that, sure, you're the closer, but hey, you also not the closer because we get someone up in the bullpen every time you're pitching.
Yeah.
You're only the closer because you're kind of a dinosaur and you refuse to pitch in other innings in other situations. It'd be real cool if you would just take the seventh when that's when the lane of good hitters is and you're on. But you're too dinosaur-y to like transition to that.
Okay.
You know the Yankees would love to do that.
Yeah.
They love stealing what the Brewers and the Rays are doing.
Yeah.
I think the Yankees have asked Chapman a bunch. Would you mind pitching in the 7th or the 8th?
Yeah.
If it's their best hitters and it's the most important. And Chapman said, no, I'm the closer. Well, you're not even the closer because someone gets up every time.
Yeah.
Has he pitched without someone getting loose? If he has, it's like one of the last 5.
Yeah.
That information's hard to find.
Yeah.
It's a tough research.
But I wonder what's going through his head. And then he did all that stuff where he scrapped the slider, right?
Yeah.
And he was just going fastball. And then in the game 1 against the Orioles, he went like fastball. He threw one slider, one splitter, I think. And then the next time, yesterday? He opened up with 3 sliders.
Yeah.
And then ended up walking everyone because he didn't give himself a chance to find the fastball. So what's happening?
Yeah.
Stop throwing this. They should cancel the slider from his repertoire again.
Severino hits as lazy as a sac fly as you can hit on, I think it was a 3-2 pitch off Chapman.
He did strike out the first batter, and it got away from Gary.
Right, which is tough and brutal way to start an inning. But, I think there was good irony after the sac fly to Severino on the slider that Severino was sitting on. He strikes out the next batter with the fastball. And it's like,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
do you see that?
It feels like the Yankees are real bad at reading bats, or they disregard it. Because there's been a good amount where Coney, me, a lot of people are saying, well, he's sitting off speed here.
Yeah.
And then they throw him off speed.
Yeah.
Or sitting fastball, whatever, this or that. It was Chad the other time with, was it Salvi? Someone. But anyway.
Okay.
Chap, you're not the closer right now. You are, but you're the least amount of closer that's ever been a closer. You're the least trusted closer in MLB right now. That gets called the closer.
Right.
He's the least trusted.
Right.
Like outwardly. Next time they get him up, they should have someone warming up next to him. Just to really be like, yeah, dude.
Here's your leash.
Side by side. Like a stalking horse.
And make it Wandy to really rub it in.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I had Wandy in my head as well.
Okay.
Another lefty.
As long as we all had that.
Yeah.
They haven't used Wandy.
And Wandy can only throw changeups next to him.
Yeah.
So it's just 86.
Mm-hmm.
86.
Yeah.
He throws 3 changeups. He says, I'm ready.
Yeah.
It's a good award.
7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
What's your first award? You still giving out the Isn't She Wonderful award?
I've got one award I'm really excited to get. So I guess I'm going to do that first.
Okay.
I was going to try to skip it because I want to end on a higher note.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to give the Everybody Chill award.
Just as your dog sits down and chills.
Yeah.
Listens well.
He knows the lingo.
Everybody Chill award.
Yeah.
And that goes to Giancarlo Stanton.
No.
Rizzo.
No.
Gary.
No.
Gary.
It goes to Chad Green.
Oh. Chadwick.
Chad Green, our good bullpen available today. The only member of it. He came out 2 innings, no walks, no hits, 3 Ks. And, Jim, there was one pitch that stood out to me.
Yes.
Because Chad, this used to be, I don't want to say a signature part of his repertoire, but it's when Chad is dialed.
Mm-hmm.
He can freeze you with a fastball.
Mm.
And he got a strikeout today where he froze a hitter with a fastball, and I hadn't seen that in a while. And Everybody Chill is a line that Arnold Schwarzenegger says as he plays Mr. Freeze in his Batman movie, which, if you're a youth and you haven't seen it, it's one of the more ridiculous movies ever made. And Arnold Schwarzenegger is, in only the way he can, some incredible comedy, because it's just a lot of cold puns. And you're looking at Arnold Schwarzenegger in, like, blue paint and basically a bad astronaut costume, just making cold puns the whole time. Cool party.
That's where Cool Party's from?
Yeah.
Because you say that a lot.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So good job, Chad.
You liked the fastball? You just froze a guy with it?
Yeah, I believe it might have been his last batter he faced. Let me see. No. Swinging, lined out, fouled out. Joey Gallo. Hayes. Austin Hayes, he struck out looking. Curve, four seam. And just, like you saw Hayes was essentially sitting looking for the curve.
Yeah.
And Chad peppered a fastball.
Chad got
a good spot.
They got him 4 days off in a row. That was nice. Since getting those 4 days off, he has thrown 3 innings pitched with 0 earned runs.
Like that.
Loaisiga going down because of overusage. Like, come on. It's going to be hard to spread it out.
They got to use them.
Holmes time.
What's your last and final award?
My last and final award is wrong month. Shit, that's bad. It's a bad award.
It's a terrible award.
God damn. Shit. I don't like that award at all.
Okay.
Wrong month award.
The wrong month award.
The new month.
The new month award.
The new month award. That's a positive spin on it.
Okay.
The new month.
The new month.
Hey. Actually, I don't even know if that makes sense. Fuck, dude.
BBD's deleted the award name.
Hot award.
Oh. From Mr. Freeze to hot.
Hot award.
Hot.
How many T's?
3. It goes to Gary Sanchez. He's hit 3 home
Sanchez.
runs in his last 4 games. Usually he has a great August. He's going to have a great September. But the first home run actually came August 31st, which was the wrong month. It's September this year. He kind of forgot his plan. Gary's going to be hot. His bat flips today after hitting those home runs were badass. They were just like, of course I did that.
Right.
Did you think I wasn't going to hit a home run on that pitch? I'm going to walk around the bases now.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more of that.
And we talked about this an episode or two ago. Like, if Gary, in theory, gets hot, that would be a missing dynamic from the Yankees lineup for a while. Because did he bat last again today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gary Sanchez from the 9-hole today. 2 for 4, 2 homers, 6 RBI. It's not a bad 9-hole.
No.
Not a bad 9-hole day.
It's hot.
Have a month, Gary. Go off, King.
Padres walk off.
Los Pods.
Do you have an award left?
I do. I'm gonna give out the. I'm gonna give out the Shut the Door award.
Shut the door.
Shut
Boy.
the door.
Boy.
You're close. You're close.
Boyd?
It's not Boyd.
BBD left. That's as close as you can get to Voight with changing a letter.
Yeah, you could change other letters, but yeah.
Coit's right there on the keyboard.
Coit.
Void.
That's far from.
So Rizzo?
Gio Urshela.
I don't see how that's close.
Same team.
Same team?
Same team.
Okay.
Well,
That is
no,
close.
because what Gio needs to do is something that Voight also needs to do.
Snap out of it?
Gio Urshela, is cute.
Yeah.
He's fabulous with the glove.
Uh-huh.
He's been a really good hitter with the Yanks. You could play at PBD.
He's not good. He's fabulous.
That's maybe the best drop we have. If we were like a real radio station,
Yeah.
like if this was the Michael K show,
Yeah.
and we were like a place that did drops, we do them, but pretty sparingly compared to when you listen to shows. That would be the most professional drop we have.
I'll taste other dudes.
And
See, that one goes more towards internet show.
on the other side of things. Because Jim, and this is where things are similar to Voight.
Yeah.
Gio Urshela
He's
came
not
in.
good.
He made one appearance in this series. He pinch hit for Rugi late in the final game.
Solid wood.
Good swing on it. Drove it to right field. It was just right at the right fielder. Jim, just a little reminder of Gio Urshela's offensive stats. In 265 games with the New York Yankees, 3 years, Gio Urshela has a .293 batting average,
Good.
.339 on base,
Good.
and .825 OPS.
Good.
So 122 OPS plus.
25, 22.
22% better than your league average. Third
Chap.
baseman, Chap. And he's fabulous with the glove. That's how we got here.
Yeah.
Gio Urshela, and similar to Luke Voigt, he needs to walk in Aaron Boone's office and shut the door.
Oh, okay.
And it's not how we view Gio. We view him cute. He's got the nice smile. He's fun.
He's pissed in a coffee mug.
That Family Matters video, where he pops up and he looks cute as button.
Yeah.
He's got to close the door and say, Booney.
Yeah. You can't, if you're going to be like serious, you can't open up Booney. I think you go Skip.
No, he's got to go Booney because he's still Gio.
Okay.
Booney. I'm in the lineup.
You know how I think he should play it?
It's September.
September.
I'm in the lineup.
I think how he should play that, and I like the sentiment there. I think he walks.
Do you see how he's close to Voight now? Because Voight should do the same thing, but
Yeah.
Voight's delivery would be very different.
Yeah.
Voight would treat it like a movie scene from Major League.
If Gio's listening, and what's up, Gio?
What's up, G?
Here's how I think you should say that. I don't think you should say, Booney, I'm playing today.
Every day.
I think you should say, Skip, think I'm going to play today. As if Boone was wondering if he wanted to or not, and he's just letting him know. Like, yeah, no, I'm going to play.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yours is a little more Italian. Yours is kind of coming in, a little passive. Like, I want Gio to be a step past that.
Yeah, but
like, I'm not playing any
I
game
have
with
him holding a coffee mug in his right hand, peeing into it as he enters the business. As he enters the building.
The business.
Yeah, was doing his business as he enters
in the building.
And then he friendly says, "Skip, think I'm going to play today." Sets the mug on the desk, zips up, walks out.
Be powerful.
Nevin would not know how to handle.
Nevin would put him 4-hole
when Boone tells him that.
That's a ball player.
Yeah.
That's a ball player.
That never worked for me, but I get it.
Tried that many times. Yeah, if Gio went passive aggressive with it, it would be showing up at Booney's office and say, "Where am I batting today?"
How many players do you think have ever crossed off a name and wrote their own name into the lineup? Like, just walked into the clubhouse, saw it, and were just like, "Nope," and then put themselves in there.
I mean, I have it under like 1.5.
A-Rod once.
Like, yeah, I think that's a big no-no. I think that's
Eddie Murray.
Eddie Murray.
Yeah.
No, because I think that's the whole point of Eddie Murray is that the manager had no power over him.
You think Trevor would know the answer to this?
Ask him. Be a nice way to wrap up.
Yeah, this is how we'll wrap up each week.
It's
the start of each week.
Wrap up the start of each week with this.
What do you think? Like, see if Trev's ever had someone do it. Hope he answers.
Or even heard a story about it.
Yeah, even heard a story.
Because I think that's a no-no.
Yeah, dude would write himself into the lineup. Calling Trev.
James.
Hey, Trev, you're live on Talkin' Yanks. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Have you ever heard a story about a player walking to the clubhouse and seeing the lineup posted somewhere and then just writing themselves in and crossing someone out and being like, "Nah, I'm playing today"?
I have not heard of that specifically. Maybe going into the manager's office and basically doing the same thing, but like actually physically crossing a name out, I have not heard of that.
Okay. What do you think would happen if they did it? Do you think it would be like, "Oh, I guess he's playing"?
If Joey Votto did that, he'd play.
Okay.
Or someone cool like that. But if some scrub did it, they would laugh at him.
Did you ever walk in and say like, "Hey, I'm going to play today"?
Probably.
Nice.
Not so dramatic,
Walk in, maybe dick out, pissing into a coffee mug as you tell Skip, "I'm playing today."
I don't think I ever did that, James, but I did refuse a rehab assignment before. I said no.
Nice, dude.
Me too. Brewers tried to check me out after the sausage race. I said, "I'm good."
You're good. You're freaking good.
All right, thanks, Trav. Love you.
Hey, wait, hold on. How about that FMK today? I don't know if I really believe that shit, okay?
I
want that on the record.
People are being honest. That's all. You got killed. See ya.
Later.
So Trev's done it.
It's done it.
Sounded like a lot like he had done it.
The coffee mug thing, at
It's
least.
still under 1.5, though.
What's under 1.5?
So Jake said I'd take the under 1.5. Trevor would be
cumulative times that it's happened.
Oh. I think that's the show.
Yeah.
How long was the show?
An hour 40.
Damn.
Yeah.
So much for a quick one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was open for 40.
Yeah.
Same.
Pretty bad.
Me too.
What happened?
Got rolling.
Heen Dog did it.
Fucking Heen Dog. Well, thanks, guys. We'll be live in these chairs. We're here all week. Sounds like
Goodbye.
Sounds like a band playing at a local bar.
The pub.
Yeah. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.